at the resort or something, you're probably gonna have 2 sets of spoons anyway, which makes it easier. Are we bored yet? It makes it easier because one set, you almost always have dry and wet ingredients in my experience with baking. And then you gotta do this. Okay, so what do we think on salt? This is a 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt. That's a pretty good hit of salt, really. Sounds like fun. I like to balance out the sweet and the salt. So we're gonna do just, see, that's a teaspoon, and there's a nice little rounded teaspoon there. Go. Okay. Eggs, yes, you can. They call for it. I'm not going to. Don't have to. It'll be kind of, I kind of love that they add eggs to stuff, just everything. It's just like the richness of life, you know, but as far as that goes, you don't have to for it to be bread. I mean, most breads don't have. Okay, so again, my favorite utensil, we're just gonna get those all mixed up. Also, you can do this without oil. I'm giving you all the stuff, and you can do this and you can do that, but it's the truth. You can do that without oil. I could go forward without oil, but it's a dessert. Okay, this is a little warm right here. A little care being taken just at this point means you'll be happy in the end, you know. And there's ways to cool stuff down. For example, see this? This is saffron. Magic saffron that I just before y'all came onto the video put in this water. Now the thing is, when you use saffron, you're going to get a just magic flavor and a beautiful color. Don't use too much. It's really important not to use too much. It's in this kind of amount, which is like a pinch like so. You put your finger and go like this for a whole bread like this. That's a lot. You don't use more than that for like 3 cups. It's one of those things that you can get too much of. I mean, vanilla you maybe not, but this yes. Okay, so now we're gonna, this is how I cool stuff down. Yes, you are gonna get a greasy cup, but on the other hand, you're not gonna have crying bread. So there. Pretty good, just warm. So now we're gonna stick that down in there. So we got everything, sugar, salt, this. Now, I don't know how many minutes it's been, not that many minutes. But some people don't do the sponge section at all. Okay, yay, look at it. You see that? There's little bubbles there. Can you see any of them there? Maybe so. This is it starting to be, you know, eating the sugar stuff. This is happy. So it's a little more active than if you just dissolved it in like milk and sugar, or water and sugar. If you put a little flour in there and give it a few minutes, then, and if I put more flour than that, you'd be getting this, what they call a sponge. It would look like a sponge, but I put the full amount of water if I put less water too. So, okay, all that being said, we're gonna put this together. Yes? Now the happies are gonna get their thing. And I'm gonna go ahead, before I get all messy, and put a little bit more water in here in case I need it. So I don't have to get my jar sticky. Okay, there we are. So first I'm gonna just mix it together like so. Now what we're gonna want here is a soft dough. This doesn't need to have a lot of stiffness. And you also don't have to like do the thing of turn it out onto a floured board and blah, blah, blah. It's already a mess. So we're gonna minimize this mess. And can you see me getting this here at all? You might like to come closer here so you can watch this texture happening. Okay, see, for one thing, see that texture? This is not as wet as it needs to be, you could say, to pick up all the flour. It's kind of stiff. And if I keep kneading, it'll just be stiff. Now you want to be careful here and not add too much. So we're just going to let this drip in. like quarter of a cup-ish. You wanna use all the flour there. Now, if the one oh, that's why. Okay, so this amount of flour, if you'd put an egg in there instead of then you'd have enough liquid because the egg provides that. So if you like an egg, go for it, and you probably won't have to do this. And if you don't want an egg, then you can do this. Now you can hear it probably. That's ginshi. You don't want too much of it. And it's also not quite mixed together. What I like to do, okay, this is a little wetter. It's going to be a little trickier. But we're dealing with something that you have that much flexibility. Other people might add more flour. Try not to do that. Add only a little liquid at a time. It's kind of good you get to see this. I haven't, by the way, made this for about at least 15 years. So I used to make it at least once a month through the party. And I used to make it actually quite a bit more. I liked it that much. I just like it anytime. Not for the big parties, for yourself. Okay, see how that's sticky? Gooch. It could be that it's a little too sticky. But for now, what we're going to do is nothing. Did you see it was just barely mixed? Hardly needed. You could go ahead, if it hadn't been so wet, I would knead it a little more. But voila, fini, that's it. But that's not really it in terms of time. What we'll do now is cover it and put it in the fridge. And, I'd say, it's the afternoon here now. You could get this out, in 6 hours. You could get it out in 12, and I'll probably get it out tomorrow afternoon. So, we're talking about a long time from now. No, 6 hours no, not 6 hours, 9 o'clock at night. Well, you could, actually. If you wanted to bake it tonight, you give it till 9 o'clock. But if you can wait till tomorrow morning, you could wait till tomorrow afternoon and do it. I'll probably do it in the morning. This is instead of kneading, so then it's in here. And so in a way, it's kind of like one of our backup ones. And then you're wondering to yourself, yes, but what about dinner tonight? Okay, I don't have anything for the team, okay? I really was thinking, I don't have time, I need to have all this stuff, okay. Luckily for me, I set some of yesterday's aside. If you go and look at the last video, you'll see some pictures. But I'm going to share with you, I set it aside in a place where people don't think, oh, I can just use that as my snack. It was fabulous, I have to say. I loved it. This one, in case you weren't there, it had no eggs, no milk, none of that. This vegetarian. Not vegan, but vegetarian probably. I could make that a vegan one, just say if you want that. Okay, here's the deal. It was like melty, kind of crispy, not too sweet, I mean, a real hit. Everybody loved it. And there's pictures of it last time. This doesn't have. If you want to look famous, okay, and you really know what you're doing, do something fancy, which isn't that fancy, and take a fresh mint leaf and stick it on top. Unbelievable. You can look at the pictures. I loved it. And the mint flavor was great. This I'll probably serve tonight with a chopped mint, so it's sort of more even. But as far as pictures go, or just, setting out the display for dinner, that was just amazing. One thing we're going to check tonight too, so this is backup, but you have to have the wherewithal to hide it, because that'll be gone. If I left this out here, no question. Okay, now, here's another backup we're going to look into today. We did ice cream, I forget, it was maybe yesterday. Yeah. It did freeze. That's one thing we needed to know. It's frozen solid, so that's another thing that you can probably expect. If you want to serve this with dinner, you probably want to take it out earlier, like when you're serving the main part. What we got is Ricky's famous ice cream scoop. Okay. It does do something, but it won't make you your nice scoops. Okay, we're just going to test it on screen here. This is okay. Wow. Okay, this is okay. I've never done this. Okay, yes. This had 3 ingredients: whipping cream, sweetened condensed milk, and vanilla. And when I made the batter for it before freezing it, the sweetened condensed milk was a little overshadowing. And the whole thing tasted a little bit too much like Dairy Queen to me. I can still taste it, but it's only because I know that. I wouldn't necessarily know. It's very, very sweet. It's very rich. It's a little dense, a little bit more like Italian gelato. This is backup. We've got it. So therefore, I mean, I might serve this separately with some sauces, but definitely take it out early. Anyway, thank you for coming.